Welcome. We are here at the second to last card for Tarot Tuesday. Yay! Only if I can figure out how to get it up. Hello! Come on. It's not showing up on my end, so give me a second. Hi, Hexen! Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited. Hello. Hi, Doug. It's still not showing up on my end. Come on. Oh, yes, it is. I'm just not looking the right place. Duh. Hello. Hi, Dad. Steven. Hello. Fatima. Hi. Sherry. All right. Hello, hello. Second to last card. Can you believe it? Okay, so first of all, I'm still in my pajamas. I had a day where I decided to kind of take off. Like Peter and I literally just stayed in bed and watched TV like all day long. We got up this morning. I'm like, you know what would be really nice? Having a day and doing nothing. So I really needed it. So yay, it's here. I'm excited to do other tarot stuff. Yeah, like spreads and court cards, and yeah, we're gonna do some cool things about court cards, and we're gonna do associations, card associations. Like when this comes up with this, a lot of times it means this. We're gonna do spreads. We're gonna do connections, and you know, different ways to connect to your querent, to the person across the table from you, or the person across the world from you. If you're doing online stuff, we're gonna I'm kind of excited too to move on from just the basic cards meanings and do some totally different stuff. It's been I haven't looked. I keep meaning to look at the first Tarot Tuesday, but it's been years. We've been doing this for years, so it's interesting. You guys needed it. We really did. Hi, Mike. Hi, Brandon. Yes, they are some of the still dancing. Yeah, you look refreshed. I feel so much better. Like I just, it's been, you know, something happens when you dive into shadow work. Those of you who have been following the shadow work series know that it can be really dark. And so I predict next week will be the Ten of Swords. Stephen, you're so intuitive. I was just doing practice readings with Wild Unknown and so excited about how these weekly cards have helped me grow some decks. Yeah, I couldn't figure out before. I'm so excited. I really am. I'm so excited. I was just going through, so I have the app called Libib. Simon from Hermit's Cave. I still sometimes say Two Spirits because he started out a long time ago as Two Spirits. But Simon from the Hermit's Cave recommended that a long time ago, the app called Libib, to keep track of your tarot and oracle decks. And so I started an account a long time ago, and about every, I don't know, 6 months or something, I get, you know, a wild hair up my ass and decide to start putting in the decks that I've gotten. And then I'm always like, shoot, did I put this one in? And then you scan, you can scan it with a barcode, which is nice for the mass market decks, but you have to like individually put in all of your what am I trying to say? Your independent decks, like that don't have barcodes. And my fat fingers, the one thing I haven't done is my fat fingers, sometimes when you scan the barcode, if it's already in there and you like forgot that you put it in there already, it'll say one copy already exists. And then so right next to each other is delete and scan something else. And so I can't tell you how many times I've either said, put another copy in there. So now it looks like I have two, even though I don't. Or delete, which means I delete both of the copies that were in there. They delete off of there. So I really have to go through and look at mistakes. It's one of those projects that I keep thinking someday I'll get to that. Like all the independent decks I have not put in. This is just mass market, really. I started a long time ago. I probably put in maybe 10 independent decks. But I've been too busy to like go through and put them all in. So, so yes, if you ever want to see what tarot decks I have, at least the mass market ones, you should be able to, I think you can find my Libib account. I always leave everything public because I don't care if everybody knows stuff about me. But you should be able to find it in there. I think it says I have like 164 tarot decks. Maybe that's Oracle, and I don't know, 100 something Oracle. So hello, Jasmine. Hi, Leanne. Who else? I think I saw somebody new on here, didn't I? Ross. Hi, Ross. Kathleen. Hello. I always find that confusing too. I'm glad it's not just me. I can't tell you how many times I have like either erased it or I put another copy in there and then I'm like, oh, I don't know. I can't find. Oh, it's such a pain in the butt. I'm glad I started a spreadsheet before my collection got on hand. I really should have. Now it's like way too late. I'm like, I have no idea. It's just too hard. And there's still some since the move that I know I don't have. I haven't said that to Peter yet, but I know there's still some that I don't have. I'm glad. Yes. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome. Hi, Tokyo. Welcome. Coastal. Hello, Indigo. Hello. The number of times I've doubled or deleted. And then you have to go back and find, like, if I don't catch it right away, then I'm like, oh shoot, what did I just scan that I have to go back and find all the doubled copies because I haven't gone back in and deleted the doubles. It's been a pain in the butt. So yes, here we are. We are one card away from doing every single card of the tarot. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. So the second to last card is the 8 of Pentacles. Next week's card, as Stephen so brilliantly deduced, next week's card is the 10 of Swords. I find it very interesting that intuitively, every week I have been pulling cards intuitively, and that the last card to be pulled is the 10 of Swords. And that's the card that everybody's afraid of. So it's always funny to me. I keep thinking, how odd. Like, I wonder if my spirit guides were just like, nah, you can't handle that right now. We're not going to pull that card. My browser is being a douche, so if I'm not saying anything, oh no. All right. I understand. I totally understand, Leanne, that happens. Okay. So let's get started because I know I've only been on 8 minutes and I usually talk a lot longer than that, but I'm kind of excited. It's just really super exciting to be on the second to last card. We're going to have to do like some, I don't know, Tarot Tuesday party to be done, right after. I was thinking I might do some kind of giveaway. Maybe. I'm thinking I might do a giveaway. So be here next week. Don't miss next week because I think I'm going to do, 78 weeks. That's a big deal. So I think, be quiet. So I think that I might do a giveaway next week. So don't miss next week because I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to try to at least pull all the doubles. Oh my gosh. Of the decks that I have doubles of, and I have a couple other ideas of some new stuff that I just got in that I thought, oh, maybe I'll use that for a getaway. So, hi, Courtney. So don't miss next week. Next week is the last week, and I think we'll probably be doing a giveaway. So don't miss it. So second to last card is the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. And it's so weird to be doing this for the second to last time. Woohoo! Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles. We are starting with the book that we have started with for a long time here. Like 5 shadow work questions. That's okay. I have not kept up with my shadow work questions either, and that's okay. Sometimes it's not the things that you need to do is those journal questions. It's good to do them if you can and you feel like you should be, but sometimes that's not what you're supposed to do. All right, so this is Ultimate Guide to the Tarot by Liz Dean. 8 of Pentacles. That's all right. You see, you needed time, and sometimes it's okay to skip a little bit. All right, so the element is Earth. We are in Pentacles still, so this is the Earth element. The astrological association is Sun in Virgo. And the number is 8. The key meanings are education and achievement. The 8 of Pentacles depicts an apprentice at work. He is highly productive, and the tree, a symbol for growth, displays his creations. See, they're all displayed here. He works hard, and he has 8 coins to show for it. Dressed in blue and red for energy and truth of purpose, he also wears a black apron, the vestment of a mason or smith. While the apron gives him practical protection during his work, the color black figuratively symbolizes protection, just like the merchant's black cloak on the purse will afford him protection from financial vulnerability in the future. A solid education and skill will equip him to earn the good living he deserves. While the atmosphere he works in is uncertain, the impassive gray-white sky gives no clue for future trends. Unlike other clouds with blue or sunny skies to set the tone, he keeps his head down regardless, attentive to his task. So this one shows a blue sky, but really in the original Rider-Waite, hi, Michelle. In the original Rider-Waite, it's not really blue. It's just kind of a gray, not bad, but not good either. The city in the background is distant, so he may have made a conscious decision to study or work away from familiar comforts. He may have traveled for work away from home, which, while not a convenient choice, shows his ambition and dedication to walk his own path. The apprentice's work is repetitive, doing the same job over and over again until he has mastered it. Don't forget that part. That, to me, that's an important part of this card, is that sometimes we feel like our life is in a mundane rut. But it means, if you get this card, it means you haven't mastered the skill yet. There's something you're missing. So make sure that you're working hard to figure out what it is you're missing. Keep doing the same thing over and over until you feel that you're a master at it. And then perhaps you can pull something new in. But the apprenticeship card means you have a little bit, you work hard, you have a ways to go. You really want to hone your craft, whatever that is. He takes pride in his work. However, he could be overly perfectionist, as one coin seems to have been discarded and left on the floor. See the coin that's discarded? He's like, nah, that's not good enough to display. Throw it out. While others are displayed, he has high standards and needs to achieve excellence at all times. This personality trait relates to the card's astrological association of the Sun in Virgo. Virgoans' qualities include attention to detail and practicality, but there's also a tendency towards self-criticism. If you know any Virgos, you know that this is true. My oldest son is a Virgo, and I love him to death. But he is so black and white sometimes. He is like, he'll come over and he's like, nope, the whole world sucks and everything sucks and that's it. And it's like, if everything is not going right, he's willing to just say, fuck it all. Everything sucks. It's always going to suck. So it's kind of an all or none proposition. He's very black and white. It's, I'm never going to get married because he has a very hard time with people who have flaws. Heaven forbid someone have a flaw. I mean, here he's 29 and he's not in a serious relationship. And that's because he has not found one person that is going to be able to deal with his saying, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. He's very particular. That's not all Virgos. That's just him. But all Virgos are very particular. Or I would say 90% right? We can't say all, but 90% of the ones I've met are very particular. They are perfectionists. The card's number is 8, which stands for stability and renewal. The 8s in the minor arcana, as they are nearing the end of the numbered sequence, hold all our experiences up to that point. So that's a good point too. So remember the 1 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity for growth, for learning something new to gain your material wealth. The 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, all of that experience up until now has brought us to this point. So all of the stuff that we've learned is under our belt as we begin the 8. We have past knowledge to draw upon, which gives us wisdom and enables new choices. A time to renew our skills and find a fresh direction. So look at, like, for example, in the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is the one we just went over not too long ago, where it was time to turn around and walk away. All of our experiences up until now have told us that this is not for us. This is not our cups. And so now it's time to turn around and walk away. Time to find a fresh direction. Hi, Christiana. So the upright meaning here is money is on its way, often as a result of previous efforts or decisions rather than an unexpected bonus or gift. You may be offered an opportunity to gain new skills that will be profitable in the long term. You may also consider a new career direction or working for a promotion. In general, the card also reflects the need for logical, diligent approach to your projects. So the need to really dive in and hone your craft. That's one of the big things when I'm doing a reading for someone. A lot of times with the 8 of Pentacles, I'll say, oh, it's time to really dive in, to really hone your craft, to really practice what it is that you want to be doing. Practice the skill that you're on. Or a new apprenticeship comes around, or there's something that is going to help you really get to know the skill that you're working on. Sometimes it's new education stuff. Sometimes it's finding a new mentor on what you're trying to work on. This card is often known as the apprentice. It comes up in readings to show education and gaining a qualification, particularly an undergraduate degree or diploma. The 8 of Pentacles also shows a personality aspect. So if it appears in the you situation in a spread, it reveals a hardworking, trustworthy, and dedicated individual who takes his or her responsibilities seriously. Makes sense, right? So pull out the knitting and push out some holiday gifts, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hone those skills for sure. The second book is the Tome of Tarot here. Benabel Wins Holistic Tarot. That's the other thing I'm excited about, because you can see we have, for the last 78 weeks of Tarot Tuesday, I just want to show you, because this book is a brilliant book. But so far, when we have been going over this book, we have been going over, come on, literally this much of the book. See this? This much. There's this much of the book left. That's it. That much. We've only been going over this much of the book in the 78 weeks we have. Benabel is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. This whole book is filled with all kinds of cool tips and ideas for tarot. And so we really have a long way to go before we, dive into this book. So this book is not a book that we will be casting aside when we're done with this part of Tarot Tuesday. We will be continuing with this book to help us with some of the other, associations, with spreads, with all kinds of stuff. Hi, Pookie. Lifetime of 8 of Pentacles tarot work, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Tarot work. Exactly. And perfect, right? Benabel is a perfect study for the 8 of Pentacles for tarot here. Okay, so aspiration, apprenticeship, natural gifts, and in your craft. A young artisan sits on his workbench, hammering diligently on his craft. a pentacle. He is in his work clothes, and his expression is one of intense concentration. Hanging in a vertical row on the wooden wall before him are his completed works. Underneath his bench is another pentacle, one likely discarded by him due to his own dissatisfaction with his craftsmanship. The Eight of Pentacles appears to seekers who are studying the arts. So a lot of times this will talk about the arts. So painters, sculptors, somewhat creative workings. The Mermaid Tarot. Oh, that's a good tarot, Michelle. I like that tarot a lot because it's very good with all the symbolism. But if you're a water person or you enjoy mermaids or something like that, there's a lot of aesthetically it's a beautiful deck, and it's really, really good with all the symbolism. So you'll like that deck, Michelle. It's a really good deck for a beginner to have for sure, because all the symbols are there. I love that deck. Where am I? Who are studying the arts. However, the seeker is still an apprentice. You're still learning. You're not a master yet. This card is about aspirations. The seeker is a perfectionist when it comes to his or her work, methodical in his or her craft. He shows great promise in becoming a highly skilled artisan. This is the card of diligence, hard work, and how attention to detail will pay off and reward the seeker later. The seeker is on the right track. The card can also indicate gainful employment. So if you're unemployed, it's something that can indicate you will be getting a job soon in the craft that you're best at. Keep working. Suggests someone who possesses natural talent or gifts in his or her craft. The Eight of Pentacles often appears in readings for those who are aspiring to turn their arts and crafts into a small business venture. So yes, a lot of times it means, if you're asking about starting a small business venture, starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur, this is a card that says, yes, go do that. Definitely. Hi, Lorelei. Definitely go do that. Venture out onto your own, hone your craft, and use that to propel yourself forward in life. So it's a good sign of, moving forward with something that you're good at for work, for money, material goods. Okay, now the last book here is Modern Tarot by Michelle T. This is the one that is like talking to your girlfriend. I love this book. If the Eight of Pentacles has arrived, you can be sure it's all work and no play. Or it better be. The Eight of Pentacles demands nothing less than total attention to the work at hand. No slacking off, no cutting corners, no daydreaming. The type of work the Eight of Pentacles is engaged in can be tough for a lot of us. Look at the image. The worker is hammering out coin after coin after coin. Working like a machine with no room for creativity or whimsy, just with rote attention to detail and endless repetition. Even creative work has its drudgery. If the Eight of Pentacles arises, you're probably drowning in it. There's bound to be a good reason you're required to work so hard. There's a deadline. You're rolling out something new. Your collaborators are relying on you. Depending on your temperament, this phase of your project is either a tad soul-crushing or oddly meditative. So much the better for you if you can find a way to enjoy it. For those who are struggling, remind yourself that drudgery or not, this is an essential part of the process, and you won't be doing this task forever. Unless you are. Sometimes the Eight of Pentacles comes up when we're trapped in a job we hate, one that does not draw on our skills and interests, that makes us feel stressed and unappreciated. If this read on the card is speaking to you, it's time to go. Begin looking around and talking to friends to see what's out there and start planning your exit. Even if you take a job that has you working at a lower level or accepting less pay, as long as you can make it work, it will be worth your while to get out of the employment that is crushing your heart. Hi, Bob. So that is the main card. So of course I have pulled quite a few other cards to look at tonight. And I have begun to pull the Ten of Swords cards too. And the Ten of Swords is in the event is already set up in the Facebook group. So, because we know what card is coming. All right. So the first one, this is the Crystal Visions Tarot. I haven't pulled this one in a while, and I like this one for readings. So I figured I'd pull this one out. I like this one because it's very ethereal and it's creative. It shows a lot of creativity. So here the spinning wheel, and I love the pentacles are on the spinning wheel here. And she is really honing her craft. It's a very pretty deck. I like this one for readings because it's pretty and it speaks to your soul, but also it has all the symbolism in it that you need. So I do like this one. Crystal Visions Tarot. I have to say, too, I have been trying to keep out all of the decks that I'm supposed to be doing 20 plus. When Bob was here earlier, I had 20 out, and I kept pulling. I have been trying to keep out all the decks that I really need to do an unboxing. I have so many decks that I haven't, since the business started and stuff, like the last 6 months, I really haven't had a chance to do a whole lot of decks. And I have a bunch. So I feel bad, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get to all of them. This one is the Golden Wheel Tarot. I love this Norse deck. It looks very Northern Mysteries kind of deck. I love that he's actually creating wheels and hanging them above him. It's very Scandinavian looking, right? I love his shirt on here. It's, again, a very aesthetically pleasing. It's a really nice deck for those of us who are into Norse. Like it. I just heard ringing. Oh, that's probably on the TV Peter's watching. I'm like, where is ringing? This one is a new one for me. This is in my pile of decks that I have to unbox. So I started pulling out some of those. This one is a new one for me. It's not a new deck, but this is called the Tarot of the Light. This is Tony Salerno, who I love. This is Tarot of the Light. This is the 8 of Trees. And this is Skill. And I love, this is Nature's Skill. It's like the trees are contributing to the palette of life. The 8 of Trees. Very pretty deck. I like this deck a lot. I will be trying to do an unboxing very, very, very soon, I promise. I'm going to try to start recording some unboxings and just upload them a little bit at a time. 8 of Trees. I'm going to start trying to do more readings and stuff too on my channel, so keep a watch out for that. This is actually the last deck that I unboxed last week, I think. This is the Mystic Medleys deck. Whoops, except I pulled the 10 of Pentacles instead of the 8 of Pentacles because I was not paying attention. Mystic Medleys. I'm like, wait a second, that is not the right card. 7, 8. I can't believe I pulled the wrong one because I really like this this version. 10. All right, here we go. The Mystic Medleys Tarot, which this was the last box that I just unboxed on my channel. The 8 of Pentacles. And this is, remember we talked about the Architect. The Architect in the 3 of Pentacles. He is in the 8 of Pentacles. And so the Architect, it's interesting to me that the Architect is the one honing his skills, and it speaks of the kind of work that we're talking about most often, which is that hand-on, either an actual artist or sculptor or painting or drawing or reading tarot, very often it has some kind of repetitive thing to it to keep getting better at your craft. And the architect would be, you know, something very similar. You have to work on the plans and the blueprints and all that kind of stuff. I really like that. It's a good card. That makes me also think about the magician. Yes, the magician in terms of mastering the craft. Absolutely. The magician has everything he needs laid out in front of him to manifest that. So next is the Druid Craft. The Druid Craft Tarot. I love, love, love this one. I love that we're actually talking about metalworking or smith working. He's pouring the metal into the mold. You can see, like, you can feel the heat from the ovens, and you know, he's really working on his craft here. I love, love, love the Druid Craft. I think I might be able to trim these a little bit more around the edges, right to where the cards are. I'll have to look through the cards because these are big, big cards. You still don't have the Druid Craft, really? I'm surprised. I love this deck. It's very, again, it's very earthy. Yep, very straightforward. This one is the Luna Soul. I like this one. She is, she's painting. At first, I have to say, I thought she was like weaving baskets, but I think she's painting. Hi, Adrian. I guess it's about time I get it. I know. Well, we have to enable each other, right? Yes, we do. I like this one. I love the colors of this deck anyways. They're very soft colors, and it's a good springtime deck. I probably will put it away until closer to springtime after we're done with it here. But I like the soft colors. The palette is really nice. Do I want to? Okay, let's do the Deviant Moon Tarot next. Which kind of goes backwards. But I love, love, love. Again, I have to say, if you are a fan of dark decks and you like the Deviant Moon, but you're not sure if you can read with it, if you don't quite get it sometimes, I highly recommend the book. The book is amazing. It totally, I don't know, brought everything into perspective. Will you do a live where you show us your dark half of the year decks, like what you use? Yes, yes, I will. Remind me. But I definitely will. Deep inside the bowels of an old factory, a lone worker toils through the night, manufacturing a set of 8 extraordinary pentacles. He begins production by tugging on a cable that releases molten globs of gold into a system of pipes. The metallic liquid then oozes through the workings of a giant machine, where it is molded and pressed into its final shape. One by one, the workers' goods roll down the conveyor belt, tempered by the heat of the furnace fire. Always vigilant in his craftsmanship, the worker tolerates nothing less than perfection. Although his first batch meets his strict approval, he will not pause to celebrate his success. Instead, he will continue to work until dawn and strive to make the next series of pentacles better than the last. The machine represents the laborious process of turning raw thought into a tangible object. However, it would be nothing more than a scrap pile without the worker actively taking part in its operation. With his guidance, the rusted gears mimic the synchronized rotations of the heavens. The deities embodied in the cogs look favorably upon the worker, rewarding his tireless dedication with means to create limitless prosperity and abundance. See the deities in the cogs? They look on and encourage him and know that his hard work will be paying off. I do love this deck, and this book is everything. It really is. It's every time I think, oh, I don't know if I get this card. If I turn to this book, it's like, oh, that is so perfect. It's just perfect. Perfect. Perfection. All right, next is the deck I love to hate, the deck I hate to love. The Light Seers Tarot. I love that we have the moon phases here. Patience and determination are the best ways to ensure your success. Mastering this skill takes time and perseverance, and shortcuts are not the best path to move you forward as you build your experience. Remain dedicated to excellence and developing your unique form. Study, practice, improve, and thrive. Put your Meraki, your love, your soul, and your energetic essence into your work and bring it into a consistent, methodical way. Perfect your craft, imbue joy into the repetitive things that you find yourself doing. Find flow in the details, no matter what it is that you find yourself dedicated to. If you know it's time to move on to something more inspiring, find your plan to do so. Consistent action is called for, and often we feel blocked right before we expand into new levels. It's okay to be imperfect as you learn. Let me read that one more time. It's okay to be imperfect as you learn. As you become the master, find joy and self-improvement to help you get there. With loving determination, I persevere, and I become the person I long to be. How awesome that this awesome shadow work card comes up right now, right? Top bun, this girl ain't working. Awesome. She has the candle in her hand. It's okay to be imperfect as you learn. It's okay. It's okay. Such a good card. I do love, this is one deck. I'm so glad that we will be done with this part of the series because I love to read with this deck. And I'm so excited to start shuffling all my decks. I thought I was steaming coffee. This is, again, one of my new decks, which is the, what the hell's it called? Oh, it's right here. The Silver Witchcraft, the one where it shows the connections between everything and everyone. And here the connections between the craft that she is working on, which is these lanterns. And the connections between the tree, the earth, her, the lanterns. The more I pull from this deck, the more I really love it. It really speaks to my soul. Those of you who know me well enough know that the most important thing to me is the connections between people and things and everything in the universe. The word, W-Y-R-D, the word in life, which is the connections between us all that connect us all together. And this just shows that word. It shows those connections. So I really do like this deck a lot. I can't believe I resisted getting this deck for so long. Like I've probably held it in my hands 18 times and set it back down because I thought, I don't know. Some people really don't like this deck. This is like a deck that's made for me with, the connections in life being so important to me. I can't believe I didn't pick it up before now. But I did. So here we are. At least now I have it. I'm so glad I finally did. In Salem. Must be I just wasn't supposed to have it up until now. For whatever reason. Wrong one. This is the True Black. The True Black Tarot. Oh, gosh, this guy is brilliant. Brilliant. Just, I've never, I know I say this every single time, but I've never seen the master um, of art with light. He's just amazing with light. A worn and heavily used hammer, still hot from striking metal, floats above the scene. The Eight of Pentacles refers to the continued effort, diligence, and hard work required to succeed. The 8 coins all bear symbols of the stars, inscribed with star maps and constellations. This card is also a sign of advancing knowledge, learning new skills, and pushing the boundaries. Mama, I just started working with... I hate that there's a delay. I see it on here for a second, and then I gotta wait for it to come up. My Bone Stone and Earth Flash finally. Yay! I'm so glad. Such a good... Oh, what a wonderful deck that is. I just did readings with that the last time I did readings. And I just love the Bone Stone. It's speaking of which, the next one is the Bone Stone and Earth Flash deck. Again, such a good deck. For readings, it's for me, it's such an emotional deck. It's just I just love this deck. It's a really, really good one. So Bone Stone and Earth Flash. Avalon is such a nature-based person that she, you know, puts all of that into this deck. This is the Sacred Smith. Since a babe, Sable sat in awe of her father's skill. Her father was a well-known smith, thought to have the ability to bend the will of iron. His customers came from all parts of the world. However, he was a selective man. He was often heard asking rather odd questions, questions that were designed to assess their honor. If satisfied, he would offer his services. If unsatisfied, he would send them packing. All the while, Sable watched on, in awe and respect of her noble father. As she grew, her desire became clear. Much to her mother's dismay, she showed little interest in what was then considered feminine pursuits. No, Sable wanted to follow in her dad's footsteps and become a smith. But for her to succeed in her ambition, she would have to show more promise than any other. And so began her journey towards mastery, a journey that would take years and that would see her walk the road of magic and mysticism to become the greatest sacred smith known to the lands. And that's why I love Bone Stone. It really helps you to see the story in your head. You know, I can shut my eyes and see Sable and feel the work that she had to do to get to where she is today. And the amount of mastery it took, you know, the long nights and the tears and the rejections and the men who told her she couldn't and the customers who would come and see she was a woman and turn away. Can't you see, like, all the story? Avalon is very good at that with this deck. Very good. This is... this is the King's Journey, the Christmas edition. I love, here we have the 8 of coins, and this is a baker. Again, another skilled worker that needs to hone his craft, that is being an apprentice. He's being overseen by a master baker, not a masturbator, a master baker. And really working hard, honing his craft, continuing, keep going. Just does not stop. And again, there's one that was not good enough that was thrown to the wayside. So you can see that he's very particular, that he will keep going until he feels he has mastered what he's doing. Love it. I have the Winter Weight tarot is on its way, and I keep hoping it's going to be here before Christmas, but I don't know if it's going to make it or not. Yeah, I love that one too. It's a deck that I am looking forward to shuffling and using. This one is the what the hell is it called? Mystical Moments, Tarot of Mystical Moments. Ah. Oh, come on. Put this back in so the cards don't go everywhere because I know me. Tarot of Mystical Moments. Here we have a painter. Very ethereal deck. This one is by Carolyn, what's her name? Or Katrine Weltstein. All of her art is like this, very ethereal, very mythical, fantasy, and I really enjoy her art. So perfect, you know, she is painting these butterfly wings, and how perfect that she's the one to paint the butterfly wings. I can imagine that it was quite a task to be chosen to be the one to paint the butterfly wings, right? It's beautiful. If you are watching this, please click on that like button for me, guys. Again, the more likes we get, the more it gets shared out. Love, love, love that one. Next is the Witches Insurrection deck. This is a deck that has some nudity. So if you are not a fan of nudity or you are offended by nudity, this one is a little bit of boob. I'll tell you that it's a little bit of boob. It's not terrible, but it is there. Okay, so warning over. Here we go. A little bit of boob. This is the Witches Insurrection Tarot. Love this deck. A figure drawing on a pad is surrounded by roses, which symbolize the wealth of skills and knowledge they have gained through practice. They are intent on their art and removed from all distractions, wrapped up in the task at hand. The Eight of Roses is a card of encouragement. It can acknowledge your application to your chosen project or serve as a reminder to stay focused in order to reach the heights you aspire to. So here she is, let's see, is she drawing? Yeah, oh yeah, drawing. I was going to say she's journaling, but it looks like she's drawing. I just love this tarot. This is another one. I don't know in what situations I'll be able to use this deck, but I like it so much that I'm going to try to figure out how to use it when we're all done. This is the Muse Tarot. This is Chris Ann's other deck, or one of her other decks. She suddenly came out with like a whole bunch of decks all at once. This is the Muse. She spins her roses with the proficiency of a master weaver. Stringing together the beauty and her craftsmanship is a tale of success and satisfaction. Finding flow in work and taking pride in the task is the life and breath of this muse. She helps seekers stay the course as they persist and persevere in order to build the skills they need. Your body of experience will be necessary to live the life of your dreams. Your consistency and your patience matter. Your efforts, your mastery, and your hard work matter. Every time you seek to improve your creations, it matters. Yes, Lightseers and Muse are one creator, absolutely, along with a couple other decks, which I have gotten, and I don't know if I pulled the other ones. Continue to build and expand. This muse can get so caught up in her spinning roses that she can forget to take a break. So take time to smell the flowers, sweet spinner. An idea come to life right here. A soulful, driven trade. Spirit wants its plan unleashed, and heart wants something made. An unsaid vow of battered truths, with both sides winning most. The delicate exchange of muse and maid, an idea and her host. So pretty. Yes, same artist, the Muse and Lightseers. And the other deck, I guess I didn't pull from yet. I just got it, and I haven't really looked through it very much. This is her newest one, I believe, called the Tarot of Curious Creatures. This is Chris-Anne's newest one. So again, that's another deck that I will be doing an unboxing very soon. This is the 78 Tarot. This is the Elemental Edition. The Elemental Edition. So here we have the Weaver. I love, look at her bare feet in the earth. So she's so connected to the earth. I'd love to read Chris-Anne's writings. Me too. She's really good at the books part of things. Not that she's not good at the art and stuff part, but her explanations are awesome. I love the Weaver here. She is connected, grounded to the earth. So focused that she just kind of brings her work with her. I love her braids. Everything about this card is beauty. Such a gorgeous card. Yeah, really, really beautiful. Love, love, love. That is the 78 Tarot, the Elemental Edition. Then we have the 78 Tarot. This is the Mythical Edition. And this is Morgana. Or not Morgana. Morgan Le Fay. Here, I'll read this one. Hopefully. Eight of Cups. Nope. Knight of Swords. Pentacles. For some reason, I did not have my bookmarks in these. This is the Mythical. This is Morgan Le Fay. The first thing that came to mind was to create a witch or a wizard, so I decided to go with Morgan Le Fay. It is rumored that she apprenticed beneath Merlin, the wizard. So here I have depicted her practicing her witchcraft in the forest as a new witch with new magic. In a lot of illustrations, you see Morgan Le Fay in a dark dress. I purposely went with a gray color to further express the beginnings of who Morgan Le Fay was later. I also purposely chose the winter season as it's the season before spring when everything begins to grow. It's the beginning of something new. I also made sure to include some familiars, the raven and the fox, as she was often seen in the company of animals with black fur or feathers. So the black fox down here. Inspiration for my name. Yes, she she apprenticed under Merlin, who taught her magic in the Avalonian tradition. Merlin is the one that taught her. Beautiful. At the beginning of her journey. This one is the Modern Spellcasters. Modern Spellcasters. I love this one. Here he is building a house for animals. He's building a dog house, but of course the little squirrel is there to be sheltered from the storm too. I love this guy's face. I love the people in the Modern Spellcasters deck. I love. They're very earthy. They're very grounded. Look at his boots, down to his boots. You can tell he's like a master mason, building his house for his dog, and of course the squirrel is in on it. He has the coins and then the nuts. So he's sheltering them from the storm. He's working on his craft. Perhaps before he builds a house for humans, he is building a house for his pets here, the people or the animals who mean so much to him. It really is a beautiful deck. I love this one. And it's not just because it has a ton of squirrels in it. But I do love that one. Love it, love it. Next is the Enchanted Forest of Enchantment deck. This is the 8 of Boons. Oh, the magic all around. Look at the spools. Love, love, love. Okay. The task of magically spinning nettles into gold was daunting at first. All stings and tangles working against all sense to make something precious out of something so ordinary. Patiently moving at the speed of learning, she threaded her spindles, running the fibers through her sensitive fingers as she spun. In time, she could see the progress of her skill, a snarled and fuzzy spindle where a gleam of gold was faintly seen. She is intent upon her task, and her confidence grows with each filled spindle. It takes time to become adept, and magical skills are no easier to master than mundane ones. Practice leads to improvement, but dedication leads to excellence. Whatever your work is in the world, do it to the very best of your ability, and then some. Push past your comfort zone, but don't lose sight of the moment in striving towards an outcome. The learning process itself brings its own delights. So I love, you see in this spool, the last spool she did before this one, you see a hint of gold. She sometimes gets a little hint. And then in this one, finally, it's like she gets it. She's worked hard. You can see the progress as she spins. And the bird up above. Beautiful. Such a gorgeous deck, right? Isn't it? It's beauteous. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Everyday Witch Tarot. And I love, here we have a budding apothecary witch with all of her different jars, which, you know, what witch doesn't want a million different jars in a million different colors and shapes and sizes, and love it. The Everyday Witch. And I love how the Everyday Witch always has their familiars there. Me and my apothecary, yay, with rainbow jars. Do you have rainbow jars in your apothecary, Pookie? That's what I should do. Order my jars by color. Right now, I just know where they all are. There really isn't an order to them, unfortunately. Okay, here we have the other. I don't have a full rainbow, but I do have colored ones. Me too. We have the other. That totally reminds me. Pookie, I was supposed to send you a vintage jar. Remind me to put a vintage jar in your box when we send it Friday. Friday. This is the 8 of Discs. Oh, this is the other naked tarot, the Sabbath tarot. He's not naked though. So, we just get a good chest. And, ooh, look at him. He's pretty. He is pretty. The devil holds his black book. Thanks, Pookie. So appreciate that. Awaiting the witch's signature. With it, the witch begins their path on their quest for untold power. This path brings with it a new way of life, control over circumstances, and communion with supernatural forces that govern the secret workings of the world. The act of the book ignites the primordial witch flame, allowing the witch to realize new talents and reach new heights. He stares to the witch with burning eyes, ablazed with the fiery ether, and he gives a subtle grin, knowing that he has freed you from the shackles of the mundane. The witch is now in control of their own fate. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. He's pretty. Even with those eyes. I'm trying to think if I was laying in bed with somebody and they had those eyes though. All right, if I saw his pecs, I probably wouldn't kick him out of bed. But still, that's kind of spooky. You know who has contacts like that is Mikey. Mikey has freaky contacts like that. Yes. All right, and finally, the last one here, before we go on to like the before and after in Stephen's notes, is the Gaian Tarot. The Gaian Tarot. Capricorns love blindfolds. Woohoo! Here's the guy. I love this one. The Gaian Tarot. Like a master craftsman and his apprentice, a father teaches his young daughter to drum. He is mentor and role model to her, and the devotion between them seals the lessons of rhythm and tempo. As she learns the intricacies of drumming, she cultivates patience as skill is developed over many long hours of practice. The love and respect between a drummer and his drum is echoed in the love and respect between father, daughter, teacher, and student. Beautiful. A father-daughter duo. It's beautiful. Love it. All right, let's go through Stephen's notes and then do the before and after, and then we'll draw next week's card, which we know, but it's exciting. Okay, so if you are, Stephen's notes, if you are pulling this for career and finance, if somebody says, I don't know what I'm doing with my career, I don't know what to do, and you pull this card for them. The Eight of Pentacles indicates you have reached a high level of mastery of the skills involved in your work. Your job may be routine and a bit repetitive, but you are dedicated to your duties and focused on the task at hand. This card could represent self-employment and starting your own business. The Eight of Pentacles indicates success through your hard work. So keep on trucking. It could be a new apprenticeship is here, but keep trying to master. Really dig in and hone your skill. And yes, please do take a look at Stephen's. I love Stephen's daily polls. I haven't been watching them lately. I'll be honest, it's been a weird week. But I finally watched a little bit of one yesterday I think it was. Because I haven't seen what decks he was using this month yet, and he's using the Yule Oracle, the Seasons of the Witch Yule edition, as the Oracle edition, or Oracle deck. Yeah, okay. Health. If this is a health reading, the Eight of Pentacles indicates you may need to establish some kind of routine involved around improving your health. This may be a new diet or exercise regime. Is anybody else feeling called out? I know I suddenly feel like I'm, mama. This dedication, patience, and hard work will bring benefits to your health and well-being in due time. Relationships. The Eight of Pentacles indicates that you are putting a lot of work into your relationship. Your dedication and commitment is starting to pay off, and your relationship is progressing well. It can also represent establishing financial and material security through hard work, pooling resources, and working towards mutual goals. Be careful that too much work doesn't get in the way of enjoying other aspects of your relationship and being able to spend time together. And in a general reading, the Eight of Pentacles represents hard work, dedication, and focus. It is about mastery of skills and following established routines. This card can indicate working for yourself and starting a business. The Eight of Pentacles promises that hard work will bring success. Beautiful. Okay, so before he was here, he was hanging up his work. He was saying, okay, this one, I actually like this one. This one's good. He was picking out the ones from his work. Well, I don't know about that one. That one might be a no. This one is a yes. We're going to hang that one. That one might be a no. This one, I think I'm going to hang that one. So he's kind of picking out, this is what I'm doing next. The After Tarot, so right after this, here we are. He has put it in place. There are 3 pentacles that these are the cream of the crop. These are the ones that he's like, yes, this one is perfect and is good enough for like something special. I feel like this is going to be displayed someplace, right? He's, okay, I have honed my craft enough that this is finally good enough. This is the creme de la creme of the pentacles that I have done. Pretty good. Not bad. It's not, the hand, but it's pretty good. we have, this is the front. If we could come around the back and look, we will see that, I love this. This is, it's like he's in some kind of artisan court yard or something, where it's not just him honing his craft. Here we have a sculptor who is honing their craft. So it reminds me of like a school where there's several different arts available. And here he's working right in front of a sculptor who is trying to hone his craft. I like it. For once, all of these cards so far have been very good, right? Finally, the Tarot of Oppositions. This is where you see on one side all the good things and on the other side all the bad things about the card. So here, all the good things. He has, you know, his stuff neatly organized, everything he needs to learn. He's really practicing, working on his craft. I feel like this is a broken eraser. He may have erased some, continued. The bad parts is when you get overly critical of yourself. When you're over and over and over. This feels like he has redone this a million times. Look at his hair is disheveled. It's not so disheveled here. His hair here has been disheveled. He's getting grays because he's so like, oh my gosh, I can't get this right. All of these pentacles look like they've been worked on and erased and worked on and worked on and worked on, right? This is a bit much. This is a little bit of a perfectionist kind of OCD kind of thing. That view says to me, you are not alone. We can get so hyper-focused on what we're doing that we forget that others might be feeling the same way and might be able to offer support. Ooh, I like that. Yes, you're not alone. The card with two people. Yes. Oh, I love that. Hell yes. Very, yeah, for sure, Deb. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Okay. That was the second to last card, which means the only card left is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is the last card in all of the tarot that we will be going over. The 10 of Swords. It's so weird that it's the last card and we drew randomly. All of these cards like really were drawn randomly. Next week will be the Butterfly Painter. Oh, I liked that one too. Next week will be the last Tarot Tuesday for this part of Tarot Tuesday. Again, we will continue Tarot Tuesday, but it will change. It will not be just one card at a time from now on. It will be spreads and associations and how to do readings and how to connect and lots of other things, different tarot tips. So next week will be the 10 of Swords, our last one. The event is already up in Facebook. If you think of it, since it's the last one, I'd like to have as many people as we can post your favorite 10 of Swords cards. Post a couple that you like. Really think about the 10 of Swords. It's an interesting card. It's probably, to those of us who read tarot, it's probably the most feared deck or the most feared card in the entire deck, right? This is the card that those of us who kind of at least know what tarot is, we don't want to see this card. To me, more than death is this card, thinking, oh shit. Except that I always think, okay, well, at least we're at the bottom. There's no place to go but up. But it is the card that those of us who know, the people who don't read tarot always feared the death card more. But to me, death is just transitions. It's not a transition we wanted, but it's, it's just transitions. It's a tough transition, but it's transition. So, also, you guys, please do. I'm going to do some kind of giveaway next week. Since after 78 cards, it is our last card. 5 of Pentacles is my scariest. 5 of Swords is a lot of people's scariest. 5 of Cups is a lot of people's scariest. There's the 5s are not great. right? Okay, so I can't believe we're at the last card. Me neither. I am going to do a giveaway next week, so don't miss it. Please do post some of the cards that you think of. Post some songs maybe that you think of for Ten of Swords. And I will be pulling some really cool, I have some really neat cards to me that I'm always like, oh, I really like this Ten of Swords. And don't forget that we will be continuing Tarot Tuesday. It's just going to be a little bit different since we're done with, the actual cards. We are going to be moving on to, the actual readings and spreads and tarot tips and associations. And there's so much more for us to learn together. It's just going to change a bit, which is exciting. Transition. All right. I love you guys so much. Don't forget that Thursday will be a check-in. I'm going to start, I swear, I'm going to start to upload some of these unboxings. I need to do a Yule video very soon. If you are a customer of mine on Mama Squirrel's living room, tomorrow we're going to have a sale. It's going to be a different kind of sale because we're going to have no helpers tomorrow. So it's just Peter and I. It's going to be a weird kind of day. So we're doing all kinds of different stuff to kind of up the energy because it's just us two. It'll be a different kind of night. All right. I love you guys so much. You are so welcome. I'm so proud of all of us for getting to the end of the cards. Yay. So next week is the last card. You're welcome. Click that like button on the way out, guys. I love you so, so much. Have a great one.